All right, and we're back for episode 4 of Twin Mirror, resuming right now.
Here we are.
It barely looks like anything happened.
It's been a week, but we'll find something. I know we will.
Is it okay if I stay here? I don't think I'm ready to...
Sure. I doubt I'll be good company anyway.
You mean you're over-focused to the point of non-reactive thing? I remember. Especially how you always end up being right, somehow. I hope. I don't know what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me neither. This is the place. Nick, I'll get to the bottom of this. First, gather the clues. Cold, hard, plain facts. That's the only way I'll know what really happened.
Well, among other things, I don't see any skid marks at all. Like, that's a weird characteristic for a crash site, unless I'm just not there yet. Alright, let's take a look here. Like, none at all. Walter... No, sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm getting people's names right. Yeah, Walter. Walter came out here, he investigated this crash site with no skid marks at all, indicating that Nick might have tried to, like, come to a stop and found nothing suspicious at all. Really. Let's go down here. Nick's accident report was shoddy. I can't count on the police anymore. Worse, they might think I killed Dennis. I'm not sure dragging Anna into this was smart. I don't think leaving your fingerprints all over the murder scene and then leaving was smart, because, like, if you call it in as soon as you find the body, I don't think that anything that Sam did was especially incriminating, and I don't have the sense so far that, sorry, I'm just trying to remember everybody's name. Declan is like some sort of corrupt cop or necessarily seeking glory. I could be wrong. It's just, they're going to catch you. Like, there's no question that he will now be a suspect. The question is, how guilty of a suspect does he want to appear? And my vote would be for as little as possible. And then here's our update on Anna. After I found Dennis murdered, Anna and I called the cops. We tried to cover our tracks as much as possible. I assume that happened off camera. I'm not happy about Anna getting mixed up in this, but being honest with her feels like the only right thing to do in this whole mess. Yes, that part we do agree on. Okay, so let's take a quick look around.
Two of the road signs were torn out. Did Nick's car do that? The fire shouldn't have been able to spread that far. The tire tracks clearly show where Nick's car went off the road.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go look at that, because I just certainly don't see that right now. Yeah, no skid marks, thank you.
No skid marks, no trace of sudden braking.
This is incredibly, wildly suspicious.
That piece of wood must be from one of the damaged road signs. The fire shouldn't have been able to spread that
Okay, sorry,
far.
I didn't... The signs and the other things, but these elements are still present, so that's why I clicked on them a second time.
These road signs are intact. Not a scratch on them.
And that's it. Okay. Okay. Guys, I'm like bad at this. I don't see tire tracks. I mean, I see like, is it that like the front wheels were like there and there? Like this is the driver's side front wheel? Is that what we're to believe? And if so, why would he say that the fire shouldn't have been able to spread that far if the car sort of came to a stop here, overlooking that? Okay, I need to get off of this. I just don't see any tire tracks. I probably want to look further down, but let me look a bit further down the road first. I imagine that Sam will, before too long, come up and say, oh, no, I don't want to leave yet. I can't leave Anna. I need to stay here and find the rest of the clues. Or just muse silently that I'm not doing a good investigation. Okay, so let's now look further down the hillside here. The embankment. I don't know what I'm looking for further down. Apparently Nick burned to death in his car. Oh, more burn marks.
The car went up like kindling. It was pretty intense, judging the damages to the area.
Okay, so it did come all the way down here. So, sorry, I'm just trying to determine the path that this took, because I would expect a car moving at high speed to leave like divots in the... It's not a bulldozer, right? But some sort of marking. It's been 2 weeks. The grass has grown up. It sort of floofed itself back up. I guess it missed this bush because the bush is still perfectly intact. It seems a little bit odd based on, like, the trajectory that it came down. Like, in order for it to hit that tree from here, that's weird, right? Like... It would have had to come down on the wrong side of the road, going sort of semi-straight. No evidence that he braked at all, okay? So there's also no turning skid marks. So it's not like he was going super fast and then turned down. Okay, we should advance things. I'm just trying to work out exactly how shoddy a job Walter did in this investigation, because none of this seems right. Let's look at the scorched tree.
The bark got badly burned. Must be where Nick crashed.
Now, I still don't understand why you set up there. Like, if the car was already on fire for some reason, then you'd have burn marks up there. Also, he said, oh, the fire shouldn't have been able to spread this far. Nothing between here and there looks scorched, does it? Like, this just looks like sort of a little bit of a bare patch, but I don't see it being blackened. Maybe this bush here is dead? We'll continue looking. I'm just like a little bit disappointed because I was sort of paying attention to the fact that, you know, Nick had died in a car accident, and then there's this additional detail about Nick always kept his window open, even in wintertime, because cars made him claustrophobic. And I was sort of paying attention to that detail, and then when it came up as part of reading the police report, Sam just sort of like said it. You know, I sort of felt like I wasn't... You know, it's nice to keep the audience up to base, but I was like, oh man, I guess I didn't need to remember that because Sam would remember it
from Nick's
for me.
car. The police didn't clean up very well.
I think the police didn't do a lot of things very well. Or maybe they did exactly what they intended to. I'm going to feel super dumb if Declan is, like, in on it. You know, Declan did it himself or is otherwise the bad guy in all of this. So there's where I parked. We know there's some more clues to find because that symbol up at the top right-hand corner is still yellow. And we did an investigation similar to this earlier, and it turned blue after we found everything. And yet, nothing else.
Debris from Nick's car. The police didn't clean up very well.
Nothing else to do here. Also, just the unlikelihood of the car catching on fire. Somebody had said it was on impact. Now, that may have been Tara, but if the car caught fire on impact, it's more reason that there shouldn't have been burn marks at the top of the hill. Nope, and that's our investigation zone. All right, let me head back to see if let's just check in this area again. I should also look across the road. That is an area that I have not done. Grass. Yep, we can look at the grass. We can look at the piece of wood. Look at the road sign. I don't see anything else in this area. All right, let me just look on the back of the road sign. Like, I can't, but, like, what if we found a handprint or something? No, I don't see anything there. We can check the rest of the road signs. Let's check across the way. And then what I was going to say is, let's go talk to Anna after this. Here we go. I don't know what notice. What do we think the notice on the tree log is? Add clue. I have no idea what this is a clue of.
Maybe Nick tried to avoid this log. It's a bit far from the road.
It's a bit far from the road. Oh, I was looking at the road, the opposite side. Yeah, so he would be coming down this way. I just also feel like Nick has lived here in Basswood his entire life. There's all these stories that Sam has about Nick and him as kids playing Pac-Man all the time. He grew up in this area. He learned to drive in these hills. He probably came up here all the time through high school and so forth for parties and such, and like was coming down here and veered away from that log sufficient to go off the edge. That seems surprising.
An animal came through here. Maybe that's what surprised Nick. But the tracks don't reach the road.
Also, what did they say? The accident happened 2 weeks ago? So I would think those tracks would be fresher than that. It's probably rained since then. Maybe not. Okay, we don't get to go up to the tunnel. Okay, let's check the other side of the road leading down, because we did find a couple things there. And here as well, a fuel stain.
A fuel stain. From Nick's car? Was it leaking fuel? Nick took this turn every day. It shouldn't have surprised him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we have found all the clues.
That's all the information I need. Time to put everything together.
Okay. Mind Palace, here we come. Don't mind me, Anna. She's gonna be checking us out in the rearview mirror, just spacing out.
The report states Nick was driving under the influence of alcohol. He was startled by an animal. And drove through a road sign before crashing into a tree. Things don't add up.
No, the angle. That's... It's too bad you guys couldn't see my Mind Palace as I was sort of trying to line everything up. It was very, very visually impressive. Great soundtrack as well.
We need to find out what really happened.
Okay, let's check out what we can here. Well, what if Nick was unconscious? Can I interact with anything else? So what is... Oh, we haven't linked this to anything yet. But leaking fuel. We have reason to believe that it was. Okay, so let's think about this. No, that seems like a big-ass assumption, though. Let's look at the obstacle. What if there was no obstacle? None. Oh yeah, that makes more sense, doesn't it? Hold on, can we just celebrate this? This is super cool. Can you run that again? Watch this. Just watch how it like goes away. That's really neat. I'm a big fan of this as being like the way the Mind Palace works. That's awesome.
The road signs were damaged. 2 of them were torn and burned.
Mm-hmm.
The fire damaged both the car and the tree heavily.
Okay, so what is next that I have to validate? He's unconscious. There's nothing in his way. He conveniently goes down the hill.
How could the signs have burned during the crash then?
Right. How could the signs have burned? It would have needed to be on fire ahead of that? But sorry, I was about to say there could have been a trail of fuel that was lit up here, but then there would be scorch marks all the way down the hill, so that doesn't make sense. So if it's leaking fuel though, but so I feel like I've we could say caught on fire. Yeah, actually, if it was already on fire, I really didn't look at that option. If it's already on fire...
Only one simulation fits the evidence. The police report was wrong. I thought you quit.
I did. So, did you find anything?
Nick, he was murdered. I'm sorry, the police report was clearly wrong.
Fucking...
Anna?
Here, just...
Joe, it's Sam.
Where's Anna? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's right here. She's just a bit busy.
I need her to come back immediately. There's been a break-in at her place.
What? Are you all right? What happened?
I wasn't there when it happened. Just arrived. Called the police, then called my daughter.
We're on our way. Someone broke into your house.
Here's my issue with like the idea that Declan did the murder. Declan would have seen Sam go into the building where he would have known that Dennis had been murdered. He could have followed him in there.
About Dad.
Sorry, he could have followed them in there and then quote unquote caught him red-handed. Like it doesn't... Declan's behavior isn't yet consistent with somebody who knew that Dennis was dead and might have had a vested interest in pinning it on somebody else.
Don't tell him what we found. Please. It'd just worry him for no reason.
How are you holding up? After finding out what we found out.
I'm guessing about as well as you. Not great. Let me go calm my father down. I'm pretty sure he's ready to call the National Guard.
Anna,
Maybe give her a few moments with Joe before you barge in. Also, take a few moments for yourself as well. You used to live here, and now some other guy, Nick, of all people, was living here. With her. Things are different. She's different. You're different.
Wait, did Sam literally live in this place? Is that what we're like this home? Is that what that means? Or because we know that he used to live in Basswood. I hope I'm different enough.
I'm different. But am I different enough to not fall into old patterns?
Keep in mind, Sam, no matter how much you want to, you can never go home again.
What makes you think he wants to? I guess Anna is the answer to that. Still no name on glasses, and I'm comfortable with that. Yep, okay, we can't even go as far as the car. I didn't know if he might have like a rumination spot or something. Oh man, I remember all the great times with Anna, but also what drove us apart. Am I really different enough to be around her and to not fall for her all over again? I know this is the
Last time I was here, I was shoving way too many boxes into a trunk that couldn't fit them all.
Yeah. So he used to live in Anna's house. And, okay, so that also explains a question that I'd had earlier about Anna talking about how all of Nick's things were around her house. That still feels like a little bit of clumsy way to express it, because depending on how, unless Nick has lived here for like a couple weeks, I sort of feel like he was here long enough that they would have started to think of it as our place. But sure, it can be her place. That's all.
It's
hi.
fine, Dad. I can handle this.
Someone broke into my daughter's house and you want me to just sit by and wait?
Yes, that is exactly what I want you to do. Don't you have an appointment?
I always have an appointment. I'm at the doctor's more often than I'm home. Sam, talk some sense into my daughter here.
Oh, I'm staying the hell out of this. Crazy day we're having, huh? No. Doctors are important. I'm gonna say Joe could help.
You know, Anna, Joe's pretty sharp for an old man who can't walk.
What? Oh, God! Holy shit! Wow! Huh. Oh, that's gonna take a second. I absolutely did not think that that's what Joe could help was going to mean. Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying, Sam?
That's right. And Sam here's got a good mind for a fool-headed kid.
Dad, I love you. And I love that you want to protect me, but please, it'll be okay. Go to your doctor's appointment. The police will be here soon.
I'm just bellyaching. It's your house. Your rules. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Though before I head off, Sam, you tell me if something was going on, right? Anna's brave and she's strong, but she's also stubborn.
Dad, I told you I can take care of myself.
And I'm old enough to know when things ain't right. You tell me now, Sam. You tell me if my little girl is in danger. I can't watch over her anymore, so I need you to keep her safe.
Stop talking about me like I'm not here.
Joe, I don't know.
She's all I have left. Promise me you'll protect her. I need your word.
Wow. Heavy. Joe's really laying on the paternal guilt.
I can't promise something like that. I don't know what might happen.
He just wants to feel like someone is looking out for her.
Mm-hmm.
I can't blame him.
And what if I can't keep that promise?
Then refuse. All I know is I personally couldn't say no to a desperate father.
Nor could I. What the fuck? Like, I don't even... I understand the hesitation about promising things that you can't possibly, know if you can control. But to refuse to make that promise to Joe here, what benefit does that serve? He is feeling not helpless, but less capable than he wants to be when I don't think that he knows yet that Dennis is dead, but he senses that something is wrong. He knows Nick died, and, you know, he may have sufficient information that he also is feeling like this is a very suspicious circumstance. Then his daughter's place gets broken into. He is on edge because he's concerned for her safety, and the only thing that he wants is to feel a little bit better about the fact that he's not as mobile as he might want to be in an emergency situation, and that somebody else is looking out for his daughter first. Why would you not promise that? Like, yeah, you're right, Sam. We don't literally know what's going to happen next, and it's going to suck if something happens to Anna, but how would it be better to refuse the promise? Well, technically, Joe, if you want to think about it, I never promised you that your daughter was going to be okay. Awesome. Thumbs up, Sam. Really good way to talk at her funeral. We are going to promise.
I still can't hide anything from you.
Sam, don't.
I won't lie, Joe. There is something going on. It could be dangerous, but I'll make sure Anna doesn't get mixed up in it.
All right. I'm trusting you on this.
I'm not some kid. I decide what I get mixed up in.
You can't blame me for looking after you.
I just didn't want you to worry. You're both so patronizing. I'm heading inside. See how bad it is.
I'm thinking about, you know, is there an element here that I'm missing of Anna's feelings in it? That Anna doesn't like the idea that these two men in her life don't feel that she's capable enough, and that they're worried about her, like they have to come rescue her. Like, here's what I feel. Sam confided in Anna, and that was a choice that I made and I've been pushing towards, because he wants somebody that can look out for him. He also wants to look out for her. This is not a strictly one-way situation. He is working with Anna to investigate Dennis's murder and how it might relate to what increasingly looks like Nick's murder, because by solving one case, they can possibly solve them both and maybe keep Sam out of jail for the rest of his life. Anna isn't along as a charity case. She's here because she's a savvy person that knows the players involved, will have access to information that Sam doesn't, and also has a vested interest in finding the truth. She's an equal partner here. And just like we're concerned about her, I'd like to believe that she's concerned about Sam. That's a two-way street. I don't feel like that's patronizing. That's my take on
Get
it.
in there eventually. But maybe I should look around the property first.
We will look around the property. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like there's a really big difference between white knighting somebody who doesn't need it and doesn't want it versus treating somebody like an equal opportunity defender and person in danger. Because, like, Sam's life is in danger, and so is Anna's. I hopefully people get it. Okay, Joan's Red Baron been staying there for a long time.
It's bugs. She probably brought it over one time when she came with Nick.
I just want to take a quick look around. Yeah, I just wanted to address some of those things because I don't want it to be misunderstood like I'm disregarding Anna's feelings in that whole interaction. It's just, to me, she is such a natural, equal part of this whole investigation. And anyway, stream, no traces to recover from here. Okay. Oh, right, we're looking around outside for the burglar. Right. What any information that we have. Planted within the last year, doing well, Nick and his green thumb. Okay, so Nick was also a gardener. I didn't know that. Like, that seems like one of those things that might not immediately be relevant, but it could come up. Wait, Mine Palace.
Anna never got rid of this sign.
This is a nice property with the stream right there.
I think the happiest I ever saw Anna was the day she bought this place.
I want everyone to know this house is sold. You're mine. I own you now. It might be 200 years before it's paid off, but it's mine.
So, when can I start moving my own stuff in?
After you finish carrying all my stuff in.
Sure, but that means I get to choose which side of the bed I'm sleeping on.
What? No! You're gonna sleep on the side closest to the door.
Why's that?
So if someone breaks in, you can fight them off. And maybe because I like being near the window.
Somehow I feel like it's entirely the second thing and not at all the first.
We can talk about all this after my stuff's inside.
But all your stuff's so heavy.
Which is why I need your help. Don't slack, Sam. This house isn't gonna decorate itself. And I want you to be part of that.
Sorry, that was a weird expression from him at the end. I love the fact that they are younger in their flashbacks. I like that as a detail. Garden shed looks intact. Okay, so nobody broke in here. And of note, nobody walked in the garden unless it's like the tire tracks where I just don't see them. You know, I don't see any footprints or anything leading down here. Sam had said that there's no traces further down near the brook.
Anna and I spend our nights out here, trying to find all the constellations.
We're gonna look around. I guess we can look at the ramp. Oh, built after Joe's accident. I can see that happening. Be a little bit strange if it happened before Joe's accident. Like he got a hot tip. Okay, so this gate is more of a formality. Somebody could have hopped over there and gone out that way. Forest Trail leads to Nick's shack. Takes about an hour. We're not headed up there right now. This is the right trigger movement, by the way. Okay, I don't see anything else out here to investigate. Maybe on the porch. We'll check this elongated porch. This is a nice property. Faded a day or so ago. Anna hasn't picked them up.
Sent from a mourner. Anna probably couldn't handle taking it inside.
Okay. Okay, that was just the glint of light off of the drainage pipe there.
Shattered glass. This is how whoever it was broke into the house.
All right, and that's going to be a good place to call it for episode 4. We'll see you again real soon for episode 5. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I completely misread the clock. If you're looking at the VOD and saying, wait a second, we're only halfway done. Yes, we are. I don't know why I thought that had been an hour. I misread that. Let's keep going. I completely misread the time. It's not even close.
Anna is not well. This time, at least, try to be there for her. Anna? Anna, are you okay? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. She needs you, buddy. Needs me? I don't even think she knows I'm here. What am I supposed to do? Something. Anything. It's the thought, the effort. Get her a drink. Just show her you're here. I'm not sure how a drink will make her feel better about murders and break-ins. But I guess I've heard worse ideas. She kept the drinks in the kitchen, in one of the pantries.
Okay, so this is one of those moments that happens in a game like this where, as a player, I want to look around at everything. As a human being, I want to go get the drink and come back and talk to her. I'm worried that in doing that, I'm going to lose the opportunity to look at certain things, but it just feels completely wrong to do a big investigation without fix. No. Fix? What are you talking about, fix? We have to look at things first. I'm gonna get the drink first. Closets? Closets. I'm gonna call those cabinets.
She's not gonna want something cold. Always said cold drinks are for parties.
I'm sorry about yesterday. You're right. I have been distant. Things have been pretty messy at work lately. You don't have to forgive me, but if you'd like to invite me to a concert, I'll just leave these two here. P.S. There might be some pepperoni rolls in the fridge, signed N for Nick. So the Charleston Concert Hall presents the placeholders.
Even when he messed up, Nick always found the right words.
All right, and I'm gonna read each thing just in case.
Anna's favorite band. Smooth as always, Nick. And always wanted to visit France. But life is just too strange for me there.
Well done. Well done, Dontnod. If obviously Life is Strange is a reference to one of Dontnod's other franchises, and also in the first Life is Strange there were significant references to characters who wanted to go to France. I will leave it at that if you have not played it. That is not a spoiler, it's just a plot detail. As soon as I saw that, I said, oh wow, I guess there's multiple narrative protagonists that want to go to France. Narrative characters, narrative game characters, I guess. Okay, so I would think, by the way, for drink, maybe just water. Just water. Water out of the filter, water out of the tap, probably here.
She normally keeps some drinks in the pantry. It's been a while, Sam. Things have changed around here. You feel like looking at old keepsakes? No.
I feel like getting the drinks. Open.
Ah, here's where she keeps the drinks.
A chocolate drink, whiskey, or lime juice. How about the chocolate milk?
She used to drink this every day in middle school. Brings her back to being 10. Her go-to soft drink. She actually likes to drink this stuff straight.
Oh, okay.
Could do. Don't stress about what drink you bring her. People in film noirs always offer a stiff drink in times like this.
Yeah, no, we're not doing
Might
that.
work.
Lime juice.
On the bright side, I don't think it's possible to make her feel worse. You're not helping. Yes, I am.
Hold on.
Yes, you are. Thanks.
I just wanted to know, I have no idea what that sound is that you keep hearing. And I don't feel like we can investigate it right now. Him.
What are you waiting for? Bring it to her already.
Oh, it's the shades. I was thinking, like, are there blinds or someplace? So there's a draft coming in from the back as well. That's rustling those. Maybe a second broken window.
Lime juice. Still something you like?
That's sweet. I'd assumed you'd already gone to look around, and I don't know, think. This is just so fucked. Nick, my house,
Sam, you should distract her. Get her talking or thinking about anything else.
my stuff, everything is trashed. Is this like the worst coincidence? Or is it related to Nick's death? Did his murderer break into my house? God, I can't help but being pissed at Nick for being dead. It makes no sense. It's all just a lot. I used to feel safe here, and now, sorry, thanks, Sam.
I don't like interrupting
right.
people.
A lot has happened in the last few hours.
Especially when they're working through something. So she's got the drink available to her. She's here. Let's now take a look around. A new perspective. Each year, Greenmount Primary School showcases new talent in an art contest. Amidst a jungle of creativity, one particular piece caught my eye. A cryptid figure that refused to reveal its true nature to me. Unable to pierce the paper, young Timothy Brown had to step it. It's interactive, he said, pointing at a bump. You have to fold it out. One layer after another, the truth revealed itself. The cryptid slowly gave way to a map of basswood. If you think you've seen it all, take a moment to look at what the new generation has to say. You might be surprised I was. Signed, Anna Miller. I feel like Timothy Brown had to step in. Oh, you know what? Let's read it.
Anna always was more interested in people than cold, hard facts.
Had to step in. Yeah, look at that. In the transcript, it's accurate. Or corrected.
Not surprised Anna keeps this letter. I'd keep it too.
Oh, hey, from Timothy Brown. Dear Miss Miller, my dad says writing thank you letters is what you do when someone is very nice, so I hope you like mine. I would like to thank you very much for how you wrote about me. I don't know why you thought my drawing was worth taking. Hi. I don't know why you thought my drawing was worth taking about over the others, but it was very nice of you to talk about it. My dad put your article on the fridge and circled my name. I'm kind of scared. Some people might have gone and seen it and been disappointed, but maybe not. Even if if I ever win another art contest, I will tell you. Sincerely, Timothy Brown. What I love about this is handwritten by somebody. Somebody sat down and wrote this. It's not a font. Like, you can see differences in the R's, differences in the M's and the W's. I love it when they do that. I just want to see if that is I don't know why you thought was worth taking about. What an odd... It could just be misspelled because he's young, but that's an interesting note. Especially since he writes talk about like a little bit later. Medical bills, too high for Joe to cover on his own.
Anna has to be helping her dad out with these. I'm not sure it's enough. Anna would pace around the house for hours, then sit down and write her articles in one go.
Sam, what are you doing? I called for dinner like a dozen times. It's gonna get cold. I am not your mom, you know. Working on an article is no reason to ignore basic politeness, Sam. Fine. You can eat your dinner cold for all I care. I'm done waiting for you.
Anna has to be helping her dad out with these.
What?
I'm not sure it's enough. Anna always wanted to take me to concerts. They were just never my thing.
Anna's posters. She always needed to make her space her own. Right. That's what makes it her space. Anna's travel journal still waiting to be filled.
I got this for Anna's birthday after she mentioned wanting to travel more.
Now, one of the options over here was fix. I feel like that's something you'd want to do after the police looked at it. But then again, they can't exactly go to the police right now because, well, I mean, actually, again, they can and should, because people who commit murders don't then call the police to report break-ins at their place. I wouldn't think, but broken photo here.
Finally, there.
I liked it as a detail. Like, yeah, I also would like the sound to stop now, but that's a neat detail where because the front window is broken, the breeze is like rustling those. Picture taken down after Joe's accident. He wanted it put back. These are... Did we determine that Joe was a firefighter? I'm trying to remember what he is... Oh, no, he was a miner. He was a miner. I had to give Joe my word that I'd keep Anna safe. Words, promises, do these things come easily for other people? Joe seems to take them very seriously. Yeah. And then I think that realizing that Nick's death could only have been murder brought me focus and clarity. But for Anna, it was a shock. She barely had time to react, but there's no doubt it hit her hard. I should have known Anna hates nothing more than old-fashioned fake chivalry, but I intend to keep that promise. Okay, and then, yep, we found the travel journal. Anna loved daydreaming about exotic places. She'd turn it into a game, asking you where you'd go if you could drop everything and travel the world. She wanted to see Paris, London, Shanghai, Vietnam, Berlin, and more. She talked for hours about the places, the museums, the people, the languages. You said you prefer to hike in the mountains, miles away from people. She laughed and suggested the Himalayas, but you had the hiking trail around Basswood in mind. You bought her that journal to humor her. Maybe she knew. Maybe she thought she'd convince you one day. Either way, she's kept the journal. The pages are still empty. It's incredibly sad. Nick was investigating something. He always wanted to break a big story, but in the end, did it fizzle out, like he said to Walter, or was he just keeping things to himself? Now that I've been to the site where Nick had his fatal crash, I'm convinced it wasn't an accident. Drunk driving and speeding just doesn't square with his personality. Getting in over his head with an investigation does, unfortunately. So I guess on that last note, does it? Because... like, how many other big, dangerous stories did he break in Basswood? The only other story that we know of was the mining story. Wine bottle emptied onto the floor.
Who takes the time to have a drink in the middle of a break-in?
That is a really good question. Unless the bottle was already open... and it was knocked aside, but why would you bother? Oh, we've already done that. Okay. I feel like we've seen everything there is on the first floor. We could maybe jump up to the second floor, but let's fix first.
This feels like the only part of the house I recognize. Whatever punk broke in here wrecked it.
The song Anna played at the wake, Nick's favorite. Then the books, mostly sociology, history, and writing manuals, same as before. The guitar belonged to her mother, thankfully survived the break-in.
Good thing it's intact. It's about the last thing Anna has of her mother. I don't think she ever forgave me for saying I didn't think they sounded better.
Try talking to Anna about all this again. And remember, go in slowly, gingerly.
Let me finish looking around. We may find things that represent additional dialogue choices.
I know you want to help her by finding out what happened. Right now, though, stay focused on Anna. She needs to know she's not alone.
That's not bad advice. I guess I figured that she might want a beat or two to herself.
Hey, are you feeling better?
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Sorry, I just kind of lost it for a second there.
Yeah. I mean, careful, Sam. You know you can be indelicate. She needs your support right now.
I mean, it hasn't been an easy week, you know? And I've got the feeling it isn't over yet.
Tell me about it. I should have stayed back in Connecticut. This town doesn't want me here. Coming back, facing all that aggression, being covered in blood, possibly accused of murder. Did you really have to make it about you?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I know this hasn't been easy for you either. This all sucks. I'm just so... This whole thing is a mess. But honestly, it's been a mess for a while. Like, everything was fine, you know? Nick moved in, it was nice, but lately he just closed himself off. He'd been gone most nights. At the bar or the fishing shack. Come home late, refusing to talk about his work. It got unbearable. It was almost like I was living with you all over again.
It doesn't feel good, but she needs to get this off her chest. Don't be too harsh on her.
I wasn't intending to, but then again, I wasn't expecting that previous response either. I thought you and me both was going to be a more collaborative version of we're in this together, not, oh man, you think you have problems, I shouldn't even be here, I'd be back in Connecticut. I deserve that.
You're right. I shut you out, and I'm sorry.
The past is the past. None of what's happening now is your fault. I'm just lashing out. It's just having you in the house, it's bringing back a lot of things. We had a good time. So many memories here, both bad and great.
We did have a good time, yeah.
But then came Dad's accident. The mine investigation. Your proposal. I still feel horrible about how it all happened. But you understand why I said no, right?
I didn't listen to you.
You didn't want a ring. You told me before. I thought it was what you're supposed to do. I thought maybe it'd save us.
That's a nice thought. I feel like you're listening now. And I thank you for that. You know? It ended so abruptly, you and I. I don't think I ever took the time to really process what happened. I wonder if it would have ended the same way with Nick. If my relationship with him was as doomed as my relationship with you. The way Nick closed himself off to me the last few weeks. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I can't bear to live with someone, to truly share my life, to make compromises and all that.
I think that she's being awfully hard on herself. It wasn't your fault. We're not saying B. And it wasn't doomed. It wasn't doomed.
It wasn't doomed. It's just like every relationship. It requires a lot of work from everyone involved. Whether people are ready to put in the work, well, that's different. I think we weren't. Not really. At least I wasn't.
Good to see you realized that.
Maybe. We were younger, different. It feels like a lifetime has passed. It doesn't matter anyway now, does it? He's dead, and whatever we had is done. And we're on our own if we're gonna find out who killed him. I'm not backing down from this, no matter what we find. What about you?
Yeah, I mean... You can count on me, Anna. We're in this until the end.
That's good. That's really good. Let's see this to the end, and, well, we'll see what happens when we get there, right?
Whatever happens, we're in this together.
Can you take a look upstairs? I still need a moment. Let me make sure I'm done crying and all that.
Take your time. I'll tell you if anything's wrong.
Thanks, Sam.
I'm very relieved that, what was it? I'll never, I'd never leave you alone or something like that. Wasn't, oh yeah, I need to have a chance to win you back. Which like, when I chose that, I was concerned that that's what it was going to be. But I was like, it's still, I like that response better than the others. Like, I need to clear my name. Yeah, no, that's... What, seriously? There we go. Okay, first time upstairs. Anti-slavery meetings! Exclamation point. Turnout. Joe's first birthday after the accident.
I remember taking this photo. God, seeing it like this. It's not what Anna needed.
Should I open that or look around a little bit more? Let's see what we can find without opening doors.
It looks like Joan's using this room now.
Jones?
Anna must have been letting her use it when she stayed over.
Joan's things have been thoroughly searched. Joan's homework is smart but easily distracted. Or I guess Joan is smart.
Got the A, corrected the teacher, but still forgot the date.
Obviously a kid's desk, but still ransacked. Mr. Unicorny. Bug's oldest friend.
Mr. Unicorny. Well, you and Joan have been inseparable since the day she was born. This used to be her old bed. First thing she bought when she settled in.
Feels a little weird to go into the Mind Palace about a bed, but maybe like the memory is like moving that bed in, like Anna moving that bed in.
Not your standard thief. Too destructive. Oh, maybe trying to send a message?
Or cover up whatever it was that they were looking for. Just making it, finding what they wanted, but then otherwise just randomly smashing things. So that there's no single point of disruption to focus on. Is there ever anything behind us when we start these scenes? Because normally I don't want to...
Come on, work, you piece of junk. Come on, work, you piece of junk. I know you're awake.
No, I'm not.
Then how are you talking?
I'm a celebrated sleep talker.
Come on, get up. I need your help.
Did you try rebooting it? That's honestly all I got.
I have tried that. If I don't get this done by noon, Walter won't run the article. What do I do?
Okay. Let me see it.
Thank you. It just won't respond to anything. Do you want a back rub while you work?
As your hero, it's the least you could do.
I'll do more than that, my white knight.
Oh, you will, my princess of the typefaces.
Of course. When you fix it.
Okay, nothing else in here for us. All right. The spilled open wine on the floor. That's super weird. Oh, hi, Garibaldi.
As if her week wasn't bad enough already. I should erase it. But then the police wouldn't get the burglar's handwriting.
Right. You're not erasing it. No. Twin toothbrushes. Nick was very moved in. Yeah, nobody ever stores a toothbrush anyplace unless they're fully moved in. Okay. Functional toilet setup like that. I've played some narrative games where there's some interesting choices vis-a-vis toilet access to water.
Why is it so dark in here?
Is this... Did we go in the other entrance to the same bedroom? Yeah, this was the other way, right? This goes back out to the hall? I hope so. The other hallway with the shattered picture frame. Bed, it's not even the same one. Everything changes. Oh, we can inspect the laptop.
I guess Anna must have left it on? But she had her laptop with her. Is this Nick's?
We will inspect that in a second. Hold on.
This room feels so different now. It felt like mine once, but it never was.
Anna's stuff is still in the searched cupboard. See, and I would call this a dresser, not a cupboard. Maybe I'm, missing out on some subtle difference in like furniture nomenclature.
Huh? Is someone downloading something off Nick's laptop?
Sam! Sam! Who was that? Sam! Are you okay?
I think whoever trashed your house just trashed me.
Can you stand?
Yeah. The headache isn't as bad as the one I had this morning.
I couldn't get a good look at them. They just sprinted out of the house, and I heard some weird, loud engine drive off.
Well, whoever it was, they were dumping data off Nick's computer. I must have interrupted them.
There's no trace of whatever he took. So what do we even do now?
We need Nick's backups, if he has any. Did he ever do anything like that? Boxes in the attic, files to the cloud, another computer? Did he have anywhere besides here and the basswood jungle he kept things?
No. No, I don't think so. I don't... Actually, over the last few months, remember I mentioned Nick has been going out a lot to that old fishing shack his family owns.
I know the one.
It's about an
I
hour
went
from
there
here.
with Nick and Bug a few times.
He went mostly in the evenings. Most nights, really. Said he was night fishing.
But if he was secretly using it as a second office...
It'd be worth taking a look.
Your father called. Said there'd been a break-in?
Yes, go
Couldn't
answer
they
the
have
door.
gotten here 2 minutes ago? They'll arrest me if they found Dennis's body.
You go out the back. I'll talk to Bess and keep her busy.
If you're sure, I'll go to the fishing shack. It sounds like if Nick was hiding something, it might be there.
I'm starting to get worried.
Sorry! I was just in the bathroom. Be right out. Go.
I know it's darker inside the house, and when it's very bright outside, it can be difficult to see in, but it did feel like there was enough light coming in through the window that she would have recognized the presence of a second figure. So that is going to do it for episode 4. Yeah, I guess we'll see you momentarily for episode 5.